My name is Stephanie, and I'm here to talk about our marijuana laws. It started back in the 1930s. Marijuana was still a relatively unknown, and the unknown can be scary for people sometimes, and marijuana was not the exception. There was actually a movie created to play on those fears called Reefer Madness, and it worked quite well at scaring the masses. The movie depicted that those that used marijuana were sexual deviants, or it implied that using marijuana literally made you insane. We've come a long way from that time, but we're still seeing people convicted and sent to prison for a product that is statistically less harmful than alcohol. I'm here to inform you on the facts of marijuana and why it does more harm illegal than it would if we would simply decriminalize it. And by the end of my speech, I hope I have convinced you to sign my petition to decriminalize marijuana. First, I want to talk about a harmful drug that still remains legal. I'm talking about alcohol. Alcohol is not a harmless drug. It actually is attributed to 9,900 traffic deaths a year, and that's coming from the CDC stats on drunk driving, which states that 31% of all traffic fatalities are related to drunk driving. There was also a Live Science article that addresses the differences specifically between alcohol and marijuana, stating that a person can actually die within 5 minutes of drinking alcohol. If they drink too much, your body can not process it, and you end up dying from an alcohol poisoning. While they say that's impossible with marijuana. You can't drink or smoke too much marijuana to die. Alcohol-related deaths, that's drunk driving, liver failure, all those sorts of things, are about 88,000 a year. And that's coming from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, where they state that it's the fourth leading cause of preventable death, while deaths attributed to marijuana remain around 0. Decriminalizing marijuana has the benefit of leaving it open so other states can legalize recreational use. There was actually a couple of states that were first, Colorado and Washington, so I'm going to focus on them. There was a fear that with the legalization of recreational use, that there would be an increase of use once it was legalized. Well, there was a federal study done, and that was shown not to be the case. Specifically in Washington state, there was no change in use from before it was legal and to after. And in Colorado, specifically looking at the children under the age of 18, use went down. In that same federal study stating it went down from 20 to 18%. So while people may think that, oh, it's legal now, let's use it more, that's actually not the case. And it also proves, in my opinion, that the laws do not work to keep people from using. And another benefit to the legalized recreational, while we're on the topic, is the tax revenue. Washington state has earned, let's see, $70 million in extra taxes just in the last year of marijuana, while Colorado has seen a whopping $150 million. So they're doing something right. So use is down in Colorado, and they're making money. And while legalized recreational use would be ideal, a good start is with decriminalization. No marijuana laws means no money spent enforcing marijuana laws. There was an article on the ACLU website that has the cost of marijuana enforcement at $7.7 billion a year. Decriminalizing that would simply save it, obviously. You wouldn't be spending the money to stop people from buying, selling, or using marijuana. 12% of every person in prison right now is there because of a marijuana-related crime, while drug crimes in general make up a total of the 23% of the prison population. We have a problem with overcrowded prisons right now, and I could see decriminalizing that is a long way of reducing that population. The war on drugs, it's a losing battle. I think we can all agree on that. Criminalizing marijuana creates criminals. It's a no-brainer. Much like the Prohibition era created bootleggers, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts that once it becomes illegal, those people who do it, it doesn't stop them from doing it. They just simply go to jail for doing it instead. And you think with these laws there'd be a decrease, but it's actually not the case. There's more available and usage going on right now. And I believe that with these drug uses, like with the Colorado, where you saw it go down, these drug laws are actually creating more users than decreasing them. And also on a side note, there was data that supported areas where medical marijuana was legalized, which I think in most states it's legalized, medical marijuana in majority of states. opioid overdoses are down in those states. That's according to drugbabuse.com, stating that drug overdoses attributed to opioid is down 25% in those states. Also, another interesting tidbit is Portugal as a country, and back in 2001, they decriminalized all drugs, not just marijuana, all drugs abound, and now they treat it more like mental health or medical health situation. And they saw their drug use decline, and I actually have a chart that shows that. I'll post that for the video if you can't see that. Blue is 2001, back when they first started it, and this is lifetime usage, because used over their life, how much they've used in the past year, and how much they've used in the past month. And you can see, well, the 2007 numbers haven't really changed much. Once you get down to the per month and the 2012 numbers, you can see a marked decrease in drug use. So as you can see, there is a problem with our current laws when it comes to marijuana. I can't help but question why there are such strict laws against it, the possession and use of marijuana, when we allow something that is such damaging to families and society to remain legal: alcohol. Alcohol is the cause of so much pain, loss, and untimely death. Surely if we find room in society for that to remain legal, then we can take away criminal penalties for marijuana. Doing so would not only save money, it would reduce the criminal element of it all and reduce the prison population. While Portugal decriminalized all drugs and instead treated them not as criminals, but as somebody who needs medical help, in return they got to see the benefits as lower drug use and a lower crime rate. I feel that in this day and age, it is imperative that we move away from this outdated law and towards a better future. If you agree with me, please sign my petition. Thank you. And I have links to my petition right here for you guys to sign, and on the video there will be a link for that as well. Thank you.